think a lot of you fail to realize that you do not have to be dating these men. You do not have to be sleeping with these men. You do not have to be sleeping and waking up on those dating apps. You do not have to be jumping from one date to another. You do not have to be entering a new talking stage every month, jumping from one man's house to another. You actually do not. It's not a requirement for life. You do not. Release yourself from the shackles. It's at this point, it's almost like you're addicted to humiliation. Give it a rest. Give it a rest, sister. A lot of you are convinced that dating a man and having a man you're talking to at every single point in life is a necessity. And I'm here to remind you that it's not. You can live your life. You can love yourself. You can enjoy your own company. You can have a company of good women that you go out with, you have fun with. You can take yourself on solo dates. You can read books. You can go to the gym. You do not have to be enrolling into a new talking stage every month. Give it a rest. It's enough. It's enough. You've been through a lot and you're still going through it, but you're still holding on. It's not compulsory. Take it from me. If you take the next year and you do not talk to any man, you'll be happier. Your nervous system would be regulated. You don't have to open your phone every morning looking to see if he's texted you back. You don't have to be getting ghosted every 2 weeks. You don't have to be dating. You don't have to be in conversation with these men. Who are you? Do you know yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you even know what you want out of life? Do you even know who you are? You're not going to if you do not have. In fact, you are going to be much happier. Your skin is going to be clearer. You're going to have more space to focus on your goals and what you really want. You're going to have more clarity and direction in life. So there's no need to be afraid. You can very much do without dating and you'll be much better off. Take it from me.
Please do a post on men ghosting, withdrawing, going silent without closure. If he's not secretly, then there's another woman. That's the only reason a guy will ghost you and disappear. He's either using you as a beard or he's got another woman. When the conversations go shorter with you, it's because they're getting longer with someone else, either another woman or another man. We don't know. Okay? But don't look too far into ghosting. The man that is meant for you from God will not ghost you. He will not leave you the first time. See that as a filtration system. If a guy leaves your life, say, okay, God, he wasn't for me. That's it. The man that's meant for me will stay. He's either or there's another woman. But 99% of men cannot be alone. They always need a woman on their roster, 2-3 women at a time. Just know that when you start talking to a guy, he's always talking to 2-3 women. Always. There's a couple of women that he's talking to and then they do like an elimination process. And, you know, may the best woman win.
The idea I'm going to present to you now, ladies and gentlemen, will help you make sense of a great many intersexual relationships. It's going to sound a little strange in the beginning, but once you sit with it for a while, it will explain much of what would otherwise remain incomprehensible about why certain men and women get and stay together. Here it is. When it comes to intersexual relationships, a woman's only true competition is not another woman. It's not a man's friends or family or hobbies or interests. A woman's only true competition in a relationship is a man's solitude. Let's examine this further. When I say that a woman's only true competition is a man's solitude, it means that a man will continue to choose a given relationship as long as it continues to provide value over and above what he can produce in his own company. This one observation explains a lot. For example, it explains why so many men get involved with ratchet, low-value women. Why do they do this? Because they hate their own solitude. This is not quite the same thing as having low self-esteem, whatever that means. It means they cannot be with themselves. Their thoughts are too loud. They find their own presence boring and detestable. Like school children who will jump at any excuse, any distraction, to not complete their homework, men who despise their own solitude will latch onto the slightest possibility of a relationship with a woman, almost irrespective of the woman. It pulls him out of himself, a self that he finds unbearable.
There's not one woman on this planet that I trust. Not one. It doesn't matter if I'm related to her or not. I do not trust any woman on this planet. Why would you trust a predominantly emotional being? A predominantly emotional being is like the wind. It's here, there, and everywhere for any reason or no reason at all. You don't trust something like that. That's not even intelligent. Look, woman is not to be trusted. She is to be maintained. And the better you maintain her, the better she will operate and perform in your life.
I have to agree. There's no reason for you to really trust a woman because women are always going through different moods. And then on top of that, women show more loyalty to a man who is not showing loyalty to her or even showing that he wants to love her. So their love and commitment comes with conditions. But if you keep them confused, it's like they commit to the confusion.
Let me tell you something about women, guys. If nothing is happening by the third date with a woman, just move the on, fellas. It is not worth it. The juice is not worth the squeeze. I guarantee you she's probably slept with several guys the first night without you even knowing about it because you're a beta male berry picker. You always want a woman who desires you. If nothing happens by the third date, I am moving the on because I know what I'm capable of and I know the best relationships I've ever had. I've slept with a woman the first night. Every woman has a choice to make a guy wait before something happens. She has a choice to keep going out on these dates with a guy without giving him anything back in return. Every woman has that choice. But you as a man, you also have a choice to walk away and to move the on if nothing is happening by the third date. You will meet a woman who desires you and who doesn't make you wait. Why are you wasting your time, energy, and money on a woman who is just using you and taking advantage of you? I don't understand you guys. Why are you wasting your time? If nothing happens between me and a woman by the third date, and I'm being lenient here, I'm being very lenient, I am moving the on because I know what I'm capable of and I know how tight my game is. No woman should make you wait for anything, guys. She is playing you. If a woman isn't spending money on you, if she's not sleeping with you, if she's not offering to pay for, if she's not cooking you food or buying you food, that woman does not like you, bro. Every single woman that has truly liked me that I've been with, she would spend money on me, she would feed me, and she would sleep with me.
Yeah, and nowadays situations like that's not admitting like an actual commitment to somebody.
This is my thing, right? I don't got time for that many people. I don't like that many. I don't like nobody.
So you have a situation.
This is my thing. I'm not gonna like nobody. You feel me? Like ever. So it's like we either gonna be cool. We either gonna be cool because you put it like this. You know this is my thing. This is how I feel about life, right? A lot of stuff is dated, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like think about the idea of just like not I'm not talking about working through it. I'm talking about simply the idea of this. I'm finna love you and you never gonna get on my nerves for the rest of our life. Everything gonna be perfect and gonna be cool. You stupid.
It's impossible.
You stupid as I'm none of that. I'm not finna go to the courthouse. I'm not finna spend 40 bands so you can hang out with your family in a dress. You don't get the out of here. Look, if I go to jail,
Let him go.
If I go to jail, put the money on the books and we straight.
I heard that.
Everything is straight. That's because I'm a lifer. All that other it's like, man.
So do you see yourself ever getting married where a woman ever crack you and penetrate your heart like that?
I mean, if you like get on my nerves enough, I'll spend the money. But it's like this my thing. Okay, boom. So what's it mean? What's being married mean, right? Okay, we got the same last name. And blah blah. We can go down to the courthouse right now. $25.
Yeah, just change your name.
Just tell the truth and say you want to show off.
Right.
If you ain't gonna tell the truth.
Right. Well, Natalia just got married last month.
You was trying to show off, right?
She wasn't in love.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
she about to have a second wedding.
You was trying to.
Ain't
show
she about to have a second wedding? That double show off.
The second wedding is I want to celebrate with my friends. I want to dance.
Off. That's like, hey, let's turn up. That's
it's like a birthday party.
That's what I'm saying. When
celebration.
I don't like birthday parties.
All right, go ahead now.
So you don't have birthday parties either?
No, he be trying to make me do something every year on my birthday. I tell him to stop. I be high. Like I don't want to see all these. Like
yeah.
And it doesn't really matter how much modern women say. You don't have to do this. You don't have to be in a relationship with a man, yada, yada, yada. Maybe what y'all don't understand is that for a lot of these modern women, they're so unstable that a man is actually the driving force. A man is actually the only stability that they have in their life. Too many times we make it seem like the man is the problem. Oh, if you get away from him, all of your problems are going to go away. Get a hobby. They do need to get a hobby. They do need to love themselves. But the man is actually trying to help them to love themselves. I'm thinking about a clip where a man said, you know, a woman was going through so much. She was in a state of, you know, basically she was depressed. And, you know, it was about 2 years. And I helped her through all of that. But then when I started going through my stuff, she straight up said, I'm not going to be able to help you like you helped me, and left him. So, you know, I know we like to think that, you know, it's the man's issue. The man is causing all the stress. But if we could dig a little deeper sometimes, we figure out, oh, it's the woman. That's the issue.
I talk about how we as women need to get it together. And the first thing that a woman will say is, well, a man needs to get it together too. I'm not talking about men right now. I'm not even focused on men right now. I'm focused on us as women. I can't tell a man how to be a man because I'm not one. Absolutely. But I can tell a woman how to be a high value feminine woman. I can tell a woman how to get a high value masculine man because I have one. And that's all I've dated for the last 10 years. I can teach a woman a little bit of something.
But Brock had everything and then he chose you.
And this is the difference, right? I don't lead with money. So you want to talk about how to get a high value masculine man to choose you, or a high value, high earning masculine man to choose you? How about you have a nice disposition? How about you decide to be kind? You're interested instead of interesting. Successful men do not care about your accolades. They don't. They don't care how many degrees you have. They don't care how much money you have, because a man that desires to provide, the men that women say they want, they don't care. So you're leading with wrong bait.
Regular men don't care either. Just put that out there too.
They want to provide.
Yeah, nobody cares what y'all bringing all that extraness. Like, they're looking for the feminine energy, a real wife.
Period.
And usually when you are their type, they want to commit faster. Let me repeat that. Usually when you are their type, they will commit faster than if they are not. So when you can't get a man to commit, and they don't want to commit, and they're not even trying to commit, and they tell you they ain't finna commit, you're not their type. Okay? So you just need to understand that. Because if you were their type, they would be asking you for commitment faster because you are their type. Y'all have to remember, men date and they deal with women for totally different reasons than women date and deal with men. They deal with you for access to your body. They deal with you just so they don't have to be alone. And they deal with you because you want to deal with them. You understand? So you don't have to be their type in order for them to deal with you, in order for them to date you, in order for them to lead you on. You don't have to be their type. You just have to be willing to waste your time. Do you understand? So, it's a sad thing that women will just go along with it and don't really care, or they do secretly know, but they're in denial about it. You're not going to get as much as you could, and you're not going to get the type of treatment that you would if you were with a man who's like your type. Get in where you fit in. Go where you are appreciated.
I told the barber, I was like, make sure you get him right. You know, I was just being cute and flirting, and then I saw him again, and I was like, I like your outfit. And he was so dry, and he was like, I appreciate you.
Well, that's not shooting your shot, though.
That is, as a girl, that's shooting your shot.
No, that's just a compliment.
But that's shooting your shot. That's me shooting my shot, because I don't say nothing.
Ladies, that ain't shooting your shot. Don't nobody know what that means. Many men have gotten their little feelings hurt by going off of something like that, where she gives you a compliment and now he thinks it's cool to go ahead and shoot his shot. Just to be hit with that was just a compliment. You doing too much. You need to go on somewhere. I saw in the comment section of the video where they said, where's the intention behind it? There needs to be some intention behind you shooting your shot. Don't just give the compliment. Say, hey, I'd really like to get to know you. What's your phone number? Hell, what's your social? This completely supports the idea that women really don't have any game, because from what I'm seeing, that's real high school, real middle school. That ain't, there's nothing behind that. Look, I hate to tell you, but as much as y'all don't want to face rejection, you got to put yourself out there. Let that man know what it is. If you want him, say you want him. And that look from across the room, that don't count either, because I could easily have something on my face. I look funny to you. I could have some toilet tissue on my shoe. This is not shooting your shot. Do better.
Let's talk about passive men. The ones who think if they just stay sweet, quiet, and agreeable, their woman will eventually love them more. Wrong. That's exactly how you lose her. Women do not crave passivity. They do not respect softness. When you show up every day with no edge, no standards, no masculine presence, she is going to take you for granted every time. And the worst part, you'll sit there confused, wondering why she pulled away when you did everything right. Here's the truth. Women are wired to test you, not because they're cruel, but because they want to know if you're strong enough to lead. If you fold every time she pushes back, if you beg for intimacy, if you whine when she shuts down, you have already lost her respect, my friend. A woman does not want a roommate. She doesn't want a best buddy who never challenges her. She wants a man. A man who steps up, who says what he means, who doesn't need her validation to stand firm in who he is. So if you're living in passive mode, thinking it's going to win her heart, hear me loud and clear. It will not. She will either resent you or she will replace you with somebody who makes her feel something real. So stop being soft, stop playing safe, step into your masculinity, or get used to being taken for granted.
Who do you think is more of the issue nowadays when it comes to dating and relationships, men or women? Both. Both. Capital B, capital O, capital A, capital F. Both.
I think it's single moms.
What?
I think single moms
That wasn't a choice.
I think single moms are raising daughters to be so hard that men don't want them. And I think they're raising sons to be so soft that women don't want them. And so now we have a cycle of kids where nobody wants to date each other because nothing feels real. And I think it goes back to being responsible with our bodies. If we would stop getting pregnant by bums that we don't like, if we would stop getting pregnant by Ray Ray and Pookie down the street, everything would change. I really, in my heart of hearts, believe that if we would take responsibility, we could better raise children, not inside of our own survival mode, not inside of we need to grow up and now the kids are learning as we grow up. It's literally, I'm powerfully choosing to bring you into this world and I can teach you how to be a young, soft woman, little girl.
I'm not going on no more dinner dates with no niggas. Flat out. Feel me?
Gee, I wonder why. Viewer discretion is advised.
These niggas do not got the privilege of being seen with me out in public. Feel me? I'm looking all good. We walking in the restaurant. I'm walking behind him like I'm his.
Only 15 seconds in and we might have just identified your issue right there. The fact that you view dating like that is the issue itself. Your idea of a date is you walking behind a man and people thinking that you is... Instead of looking at it for the way that it was intended to be viewed, which is two people coming together to get to know each other in hopes of developing a long-lasting, healthy relationship. Some of y'all brains is fried.
Want to take me to dinner? He gonna have to pay me for my time.
It all makes sense now, sweetheart. You could have just said that at the beginning of the video. If you selling it, just say that. We can cut all the bullshit out the middle. If you selling it, just say that.
He gonna have to pay me for getting up, getting dressed, doing my hair, my makeup, and leaving out my house. Fuck, I don't give a fuck about no little $100 dinner. And because I gotta sit there and then the waitress think I'm your... I'm not...
What is it with you and people thinking that you his... Like, what is your infatuation with that? But ma'am, I think what you're really trying to say is you want to participate in the oldest profession known to mankind. And if you don't know what the oldest profession known to mankind is, just Google it. ChatGPT, whatever you like to use. Because what is clear to me is that you want compensation for your time, which is a fair ask. But I think you're going about this the wrong way. I think you are in a wrong market. I think what you're looking to do is sign up for a specific website, join a marketing agency that is for adults only, if you know what I mean. Find a corner, okay? And that corner is probably going to be ran by like a man or a woman. And you would have to get in touch with them and they're going to tell you how to move and how much you're supposed to bring them, so on and so forth. So yeah, you could just figure there's so many options to choose from. Shit, at that point, you might as well join the fans of only because that's just what it is. But you know, I know she ain't going to listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
I'm not going on no more dinner dates with no niggas. Flat out. Feel me?
Gee, I wonder why. Viewer discretion is advised.
These niggas do not got the privilege of being seen with me out in public. Feel me? I'm looking all good. We walking in the restaurant. I'm walking behind him like I'm his...
Only 15 seconds in and we might have just identified your issue right there. The fact that you view dating like that is the issue itself. Your idea of a date is you walking behind a man and people thinking that you is... instead of looking at it for the way that it was intended to be viewed, which is two people coming together to get to know each other in hopes of developing a long-lasting, healthy relationship. Some of y'all brains is fried.
Want to take me to dinner? He gonna have to pay me for my time.
It all makes sense now, sweetheart. You could have just said that at the beginning of the video. If you selling it, just say that. We can cut all the bullshit out the middle. If you selling it, just say that.
He gonna have to pay me for getting up, getting dressed, doing my hair, my makeup, and leaving out my house. Fuck, I don't give a fuck about no little $100 dinner. And because I gotta sit there and then the waitress think I'm your... I'm not...
What is it with you and people thinking that you his... Like, what is your infatuation with that? But ma'am, I think what you're really trying to say is you want to participate in the oldest profession known to mankind. And if you don't know what the oldest profession known to mankind is, just Google it. ChatGPT, what do you like to use? Because what is clear to me is that you want compensation for your time, which is a fair ask. But I think you're going about this the wrong way. I think you are in a wrong market. I think what you're looking to do is sign up for a specific website, join a marketing agency that is for adults only, if you know what I mean. Find a corner, okay? And that corner is probably going to be ran by like a man or a woman. And you would have to get in touch with them and they're going to tell you how to move and how much you're supposed to bring them, so on and so forth. So yeah, you could just figure there's so many options to choose from. Shit, at that point, you might as well join the fans of only, because that's just what it is. But you know, I know she ain't going to listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
And it really don't matter what help modern women receive. And that's what I'm saying. It don't matter what help modern women receive. They think they're always right in the situation. How do I get a masculine man? How do I get a rich man? How do I get that man to pay attention to me? Seems like I can get him on the hook, but I can't reel him in. I can't reel him in. I keep on losing him. I can get him. I throw that bait out there. I can get him. But when I go to reel him in, they let go. It's almost like the hook's not even stuck in their mouth. It isn't. They see the meat. They see the bait on the line and they just take it. and they run off. And so you didn't spend a whole bunch of money getting out there on that boat with the rod and the reel and the tackle and all that stuff, trying to reel them in, and they really playing you. We got another one today, boys. Somebody calling them, they say they know how to fish. we about to literally take their lunch. And that's what modern women are doing. These men out here, y'all be in their face. We got another one, boys. Pump and dump. Pump and dump.
Andrew Tate's chauvinism is out. It's out because he's like, men dominate women. Yeah. By the way, we're Christians, not Muslims. That's honestly, that's Islam. Yeah. Islam is all men over all women. We're Christians, not Muslims. If you're pulling rank frequently in your marriage, bro, you are so off the rails. Where it starts as head of the home is you be the example of godliness and servanthood. Be the guy that reads the Bible every day and prays every day and acts like it. On the other hand, the other thing that's out is like fourth wave feminism. It's out. And that's the, hey man, there is no distinction in any way. Yeah. Yep. And to say so is repressive. The uniform narrative of Scripture is that, watch this, is really important, that God has created men and women as equals, but not equivalents. Equal in value, but different in function. So Ephesians 5 is one of the passages where it talks about, Ephesians 5:22, wives submit to your own husbands as to the Lord. We do not apologize for that verse. That's in the Bible. Women of God love that verse. But what a lot of people do is they run past Ephesians 5:21. Before it commands wives to submit to your husbands, in verse 21 it says, submitting to one another out of reverence for Christ. So, man, honestly, it's like whenever people have rough marriages, I just want to be like, dude, you don't have to do this. There's such a better way where both people walk in the door and in every conversation they're going, man, how can I lay down my wants, my needs, my desires so that I can bless you? It says to love your wives as Christ loved the church. So the way that Jesus did that is he loved the bride. He laid down his life for the bride. He was attentive to the needs of the bride. There ain't no way that somebody would see that example and say that domineering is the exact opposite of that. God's design and commands are good for us.
Guys are too scared to approach you in person. Boys, come here. Come here.
So when was the last time you approached a girl in person? Right now.
No, I had to holler at you. See, it's exactly.
All right, I guess
what
not
I'm
right
talking
now. I don't know, like a week or two ago.
How often do you approach girls?
Not often. Not often.
Why don't you?
I don't want to like be disrespectful, you know.
Well, why would it be disrespectful to approach a girl on the street?
Like, what's the reason for me approaching you?
Well, if you were interested and you like wanted to start a conversation.
I don't know. I don't want to come off as like creepy or like imposing. You know, I want to be respectful.
So what would be the correct way to approach a girl either on the street or in a daytime setting without being creepy?
You could say, I really like your coat. Or I could say, hey,
But you would
cool
keep walking.
kid.
If I said I really like your coat, you would just keep walking.
Don't know until you try.
Well, thanks, guys.
See? It's exactly what I'm talking about.
Common approach to get my 3-step formula for meeting women in person.
If you're looking for masculine men, stop being surprised that they aren't progressive. Like this girl posted, when the dates are going well, but you stalk his Instagram and find "Don't tread on me" flags in his college dorm. First of all, that flag tells you very little about his politics, period. It's not even right wing. If you have a problem with the Gadsden flag, take it up with the Continental Army, take it up with the Founding Fathers, but it's not our problem. Like, it's literally just about liberty and small government. But she's not alone. There are so many women saying they want a guy who looks and acts Republican, but secretly is a liberal on the inside. Like, they will post about how they want a woke cowboy or a guy with dirty hands and an empathetic heart. There's also hilariously women complaining left and right that they're only even attracted to Trump supporters or Republicans or country boys with manner. And sorry, but there's a reason for this. Most guys who are masculine, most guys who are self-starters, who appreciate hard work, who appreciate gender roles, those people are conservative. These are all conservative values and tendencies. And look, I don't think you can help being attracted to masculinity. That is natural. But I do feel that there's some self-reflection required when you like what conservatism produces, but you don't like conservatism itself. Look at what men on the left typically look like. Look at how they act. There's a reason that these girls are admitting that they don't want a guy who looks liberal. Those ideas do not lead to healthy, attractive masculinity. Those are their words, not mine. So unfortunately, I think if you find yourself in this position, you're the one who has the problem. And it's not with the flag that he has in some random old Instagram post.
I fumbled the man I probably should have married.
Right.
And I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This man was fine. He was like 6'3", buff, long hair. He looked like Roman Reigns. Society would easily give him a 9, easily. But frankly, his looks were pretty irrelevant, honestly. He actually was very kind, very sweet, very empathetic, very emotional, very in tune with his emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of very positive traits. The number one being, he did not play about me at all. We dated for like 6 months, and I kept feeling like something was just missing throughout the relationship. Like, something just felt like it was missing. And so one day when he pissed me off, I broke up with him, like, on a whim. Because the majority of my prior relationships were with like antagonistic men, I was not ready to receive someone who was safe and loving and kind and caring. Maybe I didn't think I deserved it. Maybe I couldn't recognize what it was. My nervousness.
This is why J. Cole made the song "Don't Save Her, She Don't Want to Be Saved." You just seen it right here in the flesh. Now, I do respect the accountability part, because many women ain't doing it. 99% of women ain't holding themselves accountable. We know women dodge accountability like they dodge paying for something. But she basically described that she found and had the perfect man, and she broke up with him because he wasn't chaotic enough. She literally made it seem like he was flawless, and she has no reason to make him seem like that because they not together no more, and she keeping it real, so I respect it. But she threw him away just to probably go back to somebody that's or, you know, emotional or verbal or all that type of stuff they like to say. And there needs to be the same women saying there's no good men out here. What a real men at? Come on now. Come on.
People have these inflated idea of the options that they have. You don't have all the options you think you do. You have people that would smash you, not people that want to be with you, not people that will invest in you and your character and who you are, and also not people that want to marry you. And I think that's the problem. A lot of these women see their comments or they see their DMs because men are in their DMs. I've had every blue check mark in my DM. It doesn't mean anything. Which one of these men actually want to be my husband? Which one of these men want to raise children with me? Which one of these men want to fly to Omaha to watch my 18-year-old nephew graduate?
Omaha is such a random place.
That's where my sister's at and her husband.
Yeah.
Right? And so I say that to say, if it's not that type of time, they don't value you. And the fact that you think that they value you because they want to smash you, that's the problem. That is the problem. It is delusion. Delusion is on an all-time high. These women are now trying to see, well, if he gave me this, I can get this from him. Oh, if he gave me this, I can get this from him. And they're constantly looking for, how can this get better? Looking for the bigger, better deal. And then they get to the end of the cliff and realize, now I have no options. And now I'm here by myself. So I think it's greed. I think it's ignorance. I think it's a lack for the idea of consequence. And I also think that social media makes everything look so easy. It's not.
If you stop for a bit, you realize most girls don't have shit to offer.
I disagree, bro.
Let me finish. It's not that they don't have shit to offer. They won't offer you.
Do you think that's because of how you make them feel?
No, it's because of how they feel you should make them feel. If you go out and you meet a girl right now and she's attractive, that's the main reason you're going to talk to that girl.
100%.
She's nice. Cool. Let's say you do what I do. I just exchange socials. If you don't initiate conversation, she's not going to say nothing to you. So she's not doing any effort to show you that she's interested in you or trying to even find out about you. If you go to the Dominican Republic where the bare girls are, they'll even come and say, hey, how are you? How's your night going? Yeah. Because they know there's other girls. Even if they think you're coming for sex, they know there's other girls. They're going to try and show you, hey, you're cool. What's up? I'm not saying that you should be a prosy, but you gotta show interest too. Outside of you just looking good, what incentive is there for me to really want to talk to you? Because if I'm not trying to you, there's really no reason for me to go out on my way to talk to you. Mm-hmm. And the only reason why I did that is FOMO. I met you, you were buff, and I didn't want to leave it at that, so I was like, oh, what's your Insta? Don't you think you should make an effort to get to know the guy that you like? Why do you feel like it's so offensive for you to show a human being that you are interested? Because you have a... That's it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's my point, is that a lot of girls, even if they have something to offer, don't offer anything because they think the onus is on you because you are pursuing them. But if your pursuit, the purpose of your pursuit is and you no longer have that, it's not important to you, you won't bother chasing anyone because most of them have not shown you anything that's worthy of being chased.
What's something that would be an example of being worthy of being chased then?
Good conversation.
Oh, okay.
I finally told my boyfriend what my body count was, and now we're not together. I understand some people don't like their partner's body count sometimes and that it can be a deal breaker, but my boyfriend and I have been together for 6 months, and he finally, for the first time, asked me what my body count was. I told him I'm not going to be super specific, but let's just say it's more than 10, but less than 20. And he got very upset at me. He started saying things like, you're a woman, you should hold yourself to higher standards. He said women that are promiscuous should be treated as thoughts. And I obviously got offended by that because he was clearly referring to me. Anyways, we made up, but for the past week, he's just been showing so many signs that he doesn't trust me and that he's clearly not over the conversation. Like now he always wants to see my location, which he didn't used to before. I tried to talk to him about it, being like, you can talk to me, like what's going on? And he's just still so resentful about my body count. He says that he can't stop thinking about it, like he can't stop thinking about me with other guys, and says that he can't believe that many guys used me. He was getting pretty heated with the conversation, and it came to a point where he literally called me a to my face. I didn't say anything. He just saw my face and he quickly backtracked, saying, no, you're not a now, you were in your past, and I'm willing to get over it because I love you. Yeah, no, you're not gonna call me a and be in a relationship with me. That's not gonna happen. Firstly, I don't even think my body count is that high. Secondly, I would never ever cheat on him or anybody else. So I just feel like he's being super unfair and he's showing a side that I didn't know. He's been blowing up my phone saying that he's sorry and whatnot, but I don't know if I should forgive him.
And there was a guy, and you know, honestly and truly, I don't really listen to a lot of Andrew Tate stuff. So I'm not the biggest fan. But a guy was saying, you know, that, you know, I'm not Muslim, Andrew Tate is this, and that. I think the idea behind it, because a lot of times men say, well, you know, you got to lead, you got to do this, you got to do that. There are a lot of men that are leading and they're learning to lead, but women are not following. A lot of these modern women aren't following. We could say, well, you go out there and lead and she'll follow. She's not following. It's because she's undisciplined and she's still stuck in the stuff that you want. Well, keep on doing it. If I have to keep on going, she's not going to be on my squad. That's what I'm saying. It'd be a different conversation if we were married. But men are finding out this sort of woman is doing this type of thing even before marriage, even before being engaged. They're acting like this even before being engaged. You think I'm going to put a ring on that and you're already acting crazy?
First of all, like before we start talking about dates, like how long should we, when is enough, do the intentions match? Because what be happening is people start saying on social media and then it sound good and it feel good, then it get picked up so everybody else start using it, and dating with intent is one of those things, right? Oh, I'm dating with intention. If I'm dating with the intent to, guess what, sweetheart? I'm still dating with intention.
Bishop!
up.
And when the only thing that you say is, oh yeah, I'm dating with intention, I don't want to waste my time, I'm sitting across from you like, I'm dating intentionally too, sweetheart.
That's a mess.
Tell me more.
Oh my God.
About them, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, before you start to even worry about when and what, because when you have a thorough conversation about what the intent is, y'all probably gonna eventually talk about timing. You know what I'm saying? Are you even in a season where you looking for something serious? Like, how serious is your intent? Are you acting on your intentions right now? Like, where are you in the process of bringing your intent to reality? You feel me? You have to ask questions around the intent. Don't just be out here telling dudes you dating intentionally and shit like that. You know how easy it is to wiggle through that because you're not saying nothing. You saying a whole lot of nothing. I'm dating with intention, some shit that just sounds serious. Because how many women in here was dating intentionally and met them over because the rubric wasn't tight enough?
I remember a 4'11" girl rejecting my homeboy because he was too short. He was 5'7". And brother, I've heard stories like this quite often. The reality is why girls do this is a perfect example that most girls are doing things because they want other validation from other women. I've met so many girls that are like exactly like he described, 5 foot, below 5 foot. They'll have a guy 5'6", 5'7", whatever, he's taller than them, and they can't date him because it's not that they want a guy taller than them. They want to make sure that other girls don't judge their boyfriend. And that is why we've seen the opposite happen, where there's guys that are like not really that attractive, but then they've gotten with other girls, so then girls feel like validated, like, oh, you know, I want to go with that guy because, you know, he's getting other girls' attention, so they just want to feel validated. This is why I've also seen a lot of girls have this whole movement of like having to be with a guy who like makes a certain amount of money or this or that. I think a lot of these girls don't actually even believe it. It's just the fact that they have like one friend who's telling them, well, if he makes you split the bills, then like he doesn't actually care about you. And then it like gets in their head. I've talked about this story here before, but there was a girl who makes like super like, oh, I'd never go 50-50 kind of videos. You know, she likes the whole sprinkle kind of stuff. And then like one time we met from a dating app, and that girl absolutely doesn't follow that in real life. Because the story that the commenter is talking about is a very true example that it's not about just being better. Girls want you to be better than all of the competition. Because there's no reason a girl who is 8 inches shorter than her boyfriend still needs somebody to be taller, other than I still need validation from my friends and I don't want them to make fun of me. So maybe just focus on getting with people that you like and not that your friends like, and you might have more successful relationships. But that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
I'm not finna lie to y'all. This drizzle has me weak. Like, and I've said it before, I am not pro man and I am not pro woman. I am pro common sense. So shout out to Mark, shout out to Goody, Jeff, all them boys, the SGE, the soft guy era. Now, while I do think we need to leave some stuff to women, let them have their fun sometimes, that don't mean this shit's not hilarious. I think it's so funny because it's clearly satire. It's clearly satirical in nature, but a lot of women are taking it serious because these guys are only saying the stuff women on this app have been saying in reverse. You know, the whole, if you broke, just say that, protecting, providing, you know what I'm saying? Men used to go in wars, all that stupid. All right. Now, my challenge is, if y'all are saying that it sounds ridiculous coming out of a man's mouth, and men and women are equal, then should it not sound ridiculous coming out of a woman's mouth? I don't know. You tell me.
What is logic though? Like, it's all AI was not logical. Podcasts were not logical. Microphones, cameras were not logical. 20, 30 years ago. No. 20, 30 years ago, AI was not logical. So how are you gonna say what's logic? Was AI and robots a thing back then? No, they were not. You can say, oh, I can talk to a robot on my phone now. Could you do that before? No, you couldn't. That was not logical. Robots on your phone were not logical. Phones were not logical. Logical is perspective.
You know, they used to think that flies came from body.
Logical is perspective.
History will tell about how ignorant society is and how ignorant
you can
we
make
are
millions
today.
on social media. Social media was not logical.
Just listen and shut the up like you asking us to shut
You're
up.
over here texting on an iPhone. That's not logical. Back in the 40s, they would have thought you were an alien. Nothing is logical.
Relax, babe. Let me say something real quick on that.
Nothing is logical.
No matter what is being perceived. You can talk to 10 different people and they're watching this right now and you'll get 10 different opinions. You want to know why? Because everybody perceives things in different ways and in different realities because of where they were based and what was doing to them.
That's what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, it is what it is because you can't do about it. You can't change people from that perspective, from that level.
Without Steve Jobs, we would not have iPhones. He knew iPhones were logical. We didn't. We didn't know that. There's no such thing as logic. Sorry, it's just, I don't believe it, because at the end of the day, a lot of didn't exist before, and now it exists. You had to think outside the box, outside of logic to create something. They didn't think planes could fly. That person had to think outside of logic to make that plane go in the air.
Outside of the logic that was given to them, they had to.
Thank you. The person who built the plane, they told the person who built the plane they couldn't do it. And what they do, they flew a plane.
Yes.
If they had listened, they would have never. We wouldn't be flying over the plane.
Automobile, shake the first wheel, guys.
The wheel was not possible, and they made it. Thank you. Einstein was not logical.
We don't call out your peanut butter. They done got it on a mistake. We done got peanut butter, and it tastes good.
I've given them 2 minutes and 13 seconds where I did not say a single word. And during that whole 2 minutes and 13 seconds, they did not make a single point.
Really was.
I'm going to post that, and you better accept. Both of y'all better accept the collab.
You coming from where you come from? Dinwiddie?
D. Patrice and Tally, y'all both
You
accept.
coming from Dinwiddie, right?
I didn't say.
Is it logical that you're in a mansion?
Whoa!
No, it's not.
Everything you need to know about the Ugly Money Mansion party going down today, meaning Saturday night. Doors open up at 10 o'clock. All my vendors, all my media, their call time is at 9 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, we are open for business. So if you have a vendor, if you're a media, by all means, make sure you're there by 9 o'clock if you want to set up. The regular ticket price is $30. Parking is anywhere between $20 to $30. We have parking on site and on the mansion location. It's literally a huge freaking field. The yard is like a freaking half a mile long. But we're gonna have a great time the right way. Let's bring the new year the right way. And I look forward to seeing everybody there. All right, set Ugly Money.
Body count matters. The only people who say body count doesn't matter are either people with high body count, people who want to have a high body count, or people who know someone that for one reason or another they have to defend, who also have a high body count. See, most people's beliefs are not their beliefs. They are merely the leftover options from everything they wish not to believe. Nobody on this earth truly, wholeheartedly, honestly in here believes that body count doesn't matter, because it is biologically and scientifically proven and felt up here and down there that you become desensitized to and connection, and every next person you sleep with erodes the purity and intensity of the excitement and whereby the connection you want to be able to have with the one person you marry. In short, the more people you screw, the less you'll be able to connect with. So this proclaimed belief that body count doesn't matter only serves as a mask for an underlying lifestyle that they don't wish to uproot. It isn't a belief, because the same people who argue that body count doesn't matter and that desensitization doesn't apply to experience are the very people who say that you get desensitized to objectification of women in advertising, or that constant exposure to unrealistic beauty standards desensitizes people to body image stereotypes, so we should glorify being fat. So it doesn't make sense, because if you agree principally on the human brain's innate capacity for desensitization, you can't pick and choose where it applies and where it doesn't, and certainly not to virtual signal compassion with prevarications around the truth that you don't want to admit, because it would demand you to uproot your beloved lifestyle. That's the reality. Modern society, relationships, self-improvement, and emotional mastery. My new book.
And I'm not signing a prenup. Because what do you mean when they slide you a paper saying, okay, here's everything that comes with your marriage? You're going to be like, hold up. I don't want this part. I don't want her to have access to this.
So you just never want to be married. Because in this day and age, women have weaponized marriage. So most men aren't getting married, which is why you see a lot of women complaining, oh, I've been with him for 7 years, he's never proposed to me. Well, men are terrified of marriage now. And you want to know why? Because women think like this. This woman is a prime example of why nobody wants to get married anymore. Because why are you sitting there talking to me about you want to be able to have half my if we divorce? So you're already thinking about divorce. At the end of the day, this isn't 1980. You feel me? 1920s, whatever the it was. All right? Back in the day, mother was property. Women were literally property. They could not work, right? Which is why if they got divorced, they got half of the because they can't survive. They've never had a job. They spent their entire life in the home. That makes sense. If you're a housewife and you catch your man cheating, 100%, you get half of all of his You should get 80% of his You were a good woman and cheated on you, but you're not a stay-at-home mom. You're a strong, independent woman. So if you didn't catch this fucking cheating and you just woke up one day and you're like, I don't like him anymore, I like somebody else, then honestly, you should give up half of your. I feel like whoever initiates the divorce, unless there is substantial evidence and reasoning to do so, whoever initiates the divorce gives up 50% of their.
And modern women have to learn that the stuff that they be talking about is really BS. They do ask some good questions, but some of the stuff that they're asking as a priority is nothing but BS. And there was one man he was exposing, I think Trip was exposing, and he said, listen, if a man is dating with it, yeah, I'm dating with the intention to knock you down. I'm dating with the intention to go ahead and get up in them drawers. That's what I'm dating with. I don't know about what you got going on. But the questions that modern women are asking is going to lead them to get pumped and dumped. Well, how much money do you make? Where are your investments? This, that, and never hadn't asked the first thing about his character until like the 4th or 5th date. By the 4th or 5th date, you so impressed by the money he make and investments, you didn't already let him knock you down. So I mean,